What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. It's the 13th day of January today, the 13th day of this year, and here we are at about $91.9 thousand with roughly 9 hours and 46 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it. Okay, here we are. Moving up a little bit over the past few days, right? We did actually have a bullish weekend technically, but it was a lot more neutral than I thought it would be. What do I mean by bullish? I just mean we closed higher on Sunday than where we closed on Friday, but again, it really wasn't that bullish, right? We didn't see too much of a dramatic change there. Very neutral weekend. Coming off of that, looking like we're seeing a little bit more life to start off this week. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see where we're going, okay? 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, and again, you can just see how boring the weekend was. Just total absence in volume all the way through. A little bit shaky here, but it looks like we have a nice top with higher lows coming in. I would assume that we break out to the upside. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but whenever I say breakout, I mean we will probably break out very soon. I mean, this looks, if we draw it with our higher lows and we put a flat top there, it literally looks like you're at your breaking point here. I don't think we're going to break out to the downside. If we do, maybe it's a fake out, but I would very much anticipate we break out to the upside, and we probably, I don't know, man. With the amount of time we have left in the day, maybe by the end of today, we're pushing 94K. I'm just saying, like today should be a good day, ladies and gentlemen. I think it will be. Let's look at the indicators and see what they're telling us here real quick. I mean, the RSI rejecting the overbought area, getting kind of lower highs here. That's not necessarily ideal, but overall you're very bullish. Overall you are. I mean, you're getting higher lows. You're getting higher lows from way back here. You're getting overbought. You're living above the 50, spending less time below the 50, and you're not getting oversold at all. It definitely does have a bullish stance to it, as does the stochastics and the MACD. You're actually right at a point where you would expect to bounce with the MACD and continue moving higher. If we move higher from here, we're also at a point where we're about to break out of this little formation here. I think by the time you guys wake up, but by the time most people wake up, at least on the Western Hemisphere, we're going to see some dramatic improvements in the price here. When I say dramatic, I mean we're at 92K, going from 92K to 94K in the course of 9 hours. It's not that crazy, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. Really good looks here on the 1 hour time frame. Really good looks. I like it a lot. We look at the 4 hour time frame here, and the RSI is just as bullish, if not even more bullish, than the 1 hour time frame is. Consistently getting overbought, consistently not getting oversold, living above the 50 for a dominant amount of the time, and then I mean we just haven't been to the overbought zone in quite some time, so I would assume that's exactly what we're doing here, is moving our way up there, which would imply that not just today would we move up to 94K, but probably over the coming days, dare I say the rest of this week, we should be moving up. By the end of this week, guys, we could be at 100K or more. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Come, what, it's the 13th today, it's Tuesday, so what, 5 days from now will be Sunday. So come the 18th, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we were at 100K or more by or before that day. And if not, then maybe within the next 5 days after that, but very, very soon thereafter. The stochastics are bullish as well, very bullishly implied here. They're wonky, they're weird, but that's because we had some weird price action yesterday. But they are bullish. And the MACD is crossing above the zero on the 4 hour. You guys, this is very bullish stuff. Very, very bullish stuff. The last time that we had a cross like this, the last time that we saw some significant movement away from the zero, I mean, that was here. And we went on a nice run from about 87.5K all the way up to, well, basically 95K. We're doing that now. I really do believe that we're going to see a run here that over the coming days takes us above 100K. And it probably, I don't know how you want to look at it. Does it start today? I mean, if we move up to 94K or higher, if we move up to 95K or higher today, does it start today or did it start back there? Either way, the breakout, the point at which we get above these highs here that we've been held down by since really November, that I think we're going to start to see the break come to fruition today or tomorrow. We should be breaking out of this range. I wouldn't be surprised if we were breaking out of it by the end of today, but between today and tomorrow, I feel safe in assuming that. Daily RSI is bullish as hell. Super bullish. Of course it's bullish, right? Higher lows throughout this whole thing here. Perfect little trend. It's very well respected, very well regarded, and you're finding support at the 50, which is also an area that you found resistance, 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 resistance before. You're finding support now. It's a significant area. You got overbought, and here's my thoughts: as you're getting higher lows, you're getting higher highs. What's going to happen is you're probably going to get a higher high here, and if you got overbought already, but you're going to get deeper into the overbought zone, then I theorize we are going to see a stronger move, not just a similar move to this move, but a stronger move. And from that low, I mean, that should take us up to about 98K if we were to see that same move. Wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense to stop here, so a little bit stronger than that could take us up to about 101K. I don't expect that we hang out here for too long. I do expect, and this is just my opinion, this is not founded in any kind of fact other than my own experience. I do assume that most people are expecting we find resistance here and that we come back down. Maybe we form a higher low, maybe we break out. This is when we break out of our quote-unquote bear flag, whatever you want to call it. We scare people. Maybe we pull back, but I'm theorizing that we actually break through this level. I'm assuming we make our way up here, just above 100K. We'll probably find some turbulence. Maybe it's consolidation and moving sideways in a nice tight formation, and then we move up. Or maybe we do get a little shaky and then we move up. But I would expect that in a very short amount of time, certainly by the end of this month, that we will see prices that are above this high, or at least around there, something around 107 to 110K. I do believe we're going to see that by the end of the month. It's the 13th now. Over the coming days, we're making our way up to 100K. And then for the rest of the month, I think we're making our way up to this 110, 106, 107K area. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Thank you all for being here. The stochastics are great. We didn't even go over that. The RSI is phenomenal, but the stochastics are great. Bouncing off the 50 is really good here. Let's just see. Hold on. Do we have any moments where we bounced off the 50 and prevailed? Let's see. Wow. Has it really been that long? That's crazy. I mean, here, for example, right, we got nice and overbought. Once we bounced off the 50, I mean, we were moving up. That was nice, going from 59K all the way up to 74K. I don't think anybody had a problem with that over like 3 weeks worth of time. I don't think anybody had a problem with that, or 2 weeks worth of time. But then once we bounced off the 50, the pace picked up, right? Here we bounced off the 50, and it was a little bit more gradual. We didn't stay in the overbought zone like we did here, but still, you went from 89K all the way up to about 109K in the course of, again, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks there. We're bouncing off the 50 now. My assumption, again, with the RSI and the stochastics, is that this next move will be faster and larger than the last move was, which we should have no problem getting above 100K with that. The MACD is starting to build bullish momentum again. We've crossed above the zero on the daily MACD time frame, and we are building bullish momentum again. There's very, very little doubt. I have the utmost confidence that we are going to break out of this range to the upside. So 92K now, 9 hours, 38 minutes left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We should be at 94 or higher by the end of the day. I'm very confident in that. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.